Hey everyone, welcome back to another Persona 5 Fanatics video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the event page once more. So as a friendly reminder, if you haven't already finished this and you still have a time left on the top right, if you started after the initial craze of the first week, you should hopefully still have time to finish the entirety of this and get all the rewards. So instead of having Kompaku gems, you'll be having these little store badge icons like we have in the current one, and the current Crossroad of Fates for Chapter 2, and you'll be able to use that for the Thief Exchange, as well as you still have the Cafe LeBlanc open. So I would highly suggest making sure that if you still have timer left, make sure to finish this, get the Morgana weapon, and get all the other rewards, just because it's an easy thing to do, and it's more stuff for you to do before it goes away. This event, of course, is permanent, so if you don't get it done in time, it's okay. You still be able to get all the gems and all the Kompaku gems, soul gems, but you're going to miss out on some of the shop reward. Which brings me into the next thing I want to talk about, which is right over here, the current Crossroad of Fates that's going on, the newest one. And it's making sure that people understand that. So this event is of course going to be permanent with all the these missions will be permanent, but of course, just as the first Crossroad we just saw what I did, this is going to be the Destiny badge is going to be replaced with soul gems in the future. So I highly suggest people making sure to get this done. Specifically doing the boss. If you can't clear boss level 25, that's okay. This boss is really difficult just because it requires you really, if you don't have, as you can see, I don't have Ryuji. Ryuji is kind of the best person to have for this fight because it requires you to have a non-elemental. So that means curse, bless, nuke, or Psy, and specifically a damager, but you need to use that to slow down the nose. And then you need a elemental type damage, which is your fire, your ice, your electric, and of course your wind. So one of those to focus down the eyes. And then once you defeat the nose and the eyes, then you can defeat the mouth. And once you defeat all that, then you're good to go. He also does a lot of damage because of the fact that at 25, he is level 74, which is higher than we are at level 70. So it is a bit of a challenge. But luckily, the next one when we get for Makoto will be the same levels, but some of us will start being we'll start seeing level 70 by the time it ends. But just as a reminder, there is only 5.5 days for this boss to be able to do this boss, and then to clear out the store. Because if I remember correctly, and I believe seeing on a video, we should be able to clear the store, and there should be a new store afterwards. And if we go off of this video right here, this is from when it first came out in China, we can see that there was originally 2 shops, given one for each for the Yusuke event boss, as well as for the Makoto event boss. And then this goes over showing the new boss, which is going to be the piggy bank from the bank 1 of Persona 5. So going off this information, I will definitely say that we definitely want to clear out the first shop as much as we can, and we should be using our stamina. Even though I know it says that season ends in 22 days for the shop, this means we have 22 days. But once again, we look over here, there's only 5.5 days left for us to be able to do this boss and farm out the Destiny badges. I don't know if so the Destiny badge stays, but I don't know if it's going to give us a different Destiny badge. We can definitely double check if it used a different Destiny badge, which I can't really see here because it looks like the exact same symbol and icon, but I don't know if it's going to be the exact same. So, but as is, we can definitely use our stamina right now. So right now we can see that I can use 60 stamina for 500 of these gems and a little bit of Kompaku gems. So not a bad deal. Well, if I go down to 20, it only gives me 450. So everything between everything between 20 and 25 gives me 500. And then everything after 25 I can't actually see. But the idea is you just go up to the highest when you can. For every 10 levels, it drops it by 50. So even if you're a low level, it's not really the biggest deal in the world. You just try to do what you can. And I'm actually need to start doing this on my ult as well, just to make sure that at least I'm getting as much of the rewards as possible. Like for the most part, everyone should be able to do level 10. Level 15 shouldn't be too hard either, especially if we're in the 50 to 60 range. But everyone at 60 should hopefully be able to finish off doing the level 20 end. Hopefully, if your characters are built enough. Because like I said, all you need to do is use a elemental damager, so a lot of people have on. So you use on to finish off the eyes. And then for the nose, I would advise if you have Ryuji or Skull, to use him, because if we check here, the eyes are drained to everything besides the elementals, and of course the physical and gun, while the nose is drained to elementals, but for the spirit elements, so the Psi, Nuke, Bless, and Curse, as well as the physical and gun. So you need to use 2 different teams, or you need to make sure you have Ryuji. I don't have Ryuji, unfortunately, so my team I had to use was actually Yusuke is fine, but I used On with Joker, and then I had a Marion, or any sort of healer, I would say, specifically a healer. So I would use Marion, Luful, or Morgana. Any one of those 3 would work, because he does hit hard. And I would suggest using Puppet. But after that, the stamina clearing mode is actually a lot easier than the challenge mode. The challenge mode is so much more difficult because of we don't have this right here. Party's damage is greatly increased and damage taken is greatly decreased. So without that, it's so much harder. And I've actually seen people do the level 30 ones, which is insanity that they're doing it. But I guess they're also level 70. But all we need to really do is only do it on difficulty 25 for the maximum amount of badges and to get this frame. But if you can't do it on difficulty 25, not the biggest deal in the world. You just need to do like an extra run or 2 of doing the stamina, so an extra 120. And of course, I would recommend, as a reminder, just make sure that we're also doing as much of these. I need to go back and try to get the S's on all of these, because it's just might as well. And of course, finishing the first 10 levels and getting all the brooches and all that. So I really advise people to make sure to sit down and get all this done eventually. We still have 22 days to do all of these 2, the labyrinth and the collectibles, but these boss battle ones will be going away soon. So make sure to finish this as much as possible before the bank comes out. And then as another reminder that we are going to be getting the update for 1.3 on August 4th, just because they're pushing out a little earlier due to speculation that they don't want to release Makoto, who is a new character, during the anniversary of Nagasaki in Hiroshima, we would imagine, because that happened on the 5th and 7th, I believe, or 5th and 8th, somewhere around that time. And the original slotted time was for the 7th. Yeah, so it would have been 6th and 8th, I believe, actually, somewhere around that time. But it was like slammed like right in the middle of one point of August 7th was originally going to be right in the middle of the anniversary. So that's why they're pushing it out to the 4th, which is this Monday coming up. So this Monday coming up in the morning, we'll be getting 1.3, which should come out with Makoto. And we can also, another reminder, because of the fact that the event is ending for the Sinners is ending a little earlier, and this comes out in 5 days. So as another reminder, we should be getting Makoto in 5.5 days as well. So make sure you are prepped and ready to go for that as well. And with that, I hope you guys have a good day, good night, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.